off when I hit the water. First one of the day, huh? And I don't think it's very big. I know it isn't very big. Well, I'll figure that one out. Chatterbait. Not a very big one. Hit that one, hit the water of all things. Who knows? There we go. That one flew. Oh, flipped it. That was down there a ways. You know what? We've been going a long time. Couldn't get anything. I've tried worm. I've tried crawdad. I tried frog. I've tried buzzbait, and nothing has worked. And now I try to put on I'll even try to jig with a swim bait on it. Nothing. Now I put on a chatterbait, picked up one, and then lost one real quick. So maybe I found out what it takes. I sure thought early this morning the guy could get something done on the surface. I specifically came to this lake because it's got so much surface moss and weeds on top. And I've done some bass with frog in here before, so I thought that's what I want to hit. I'm going to do some frogging. But they just were not cooperating today. There we go. Right after a hit. Oh, that's a decent one. Come on up, buddy. There we go. Tell you what, for this lake, that is probably, since they redid this in 2012, that is probably the biggest bass I've caught in this lake since they've redone this thing. So, you know what, I took it out and he's got a hole right there in the side. Not the first time you've been caught lately, buddy. Anyway, not a bad fish. All right, there we go. Probably 2-pounder, give or take a little bit. Not bad. There we go. Finally pulled one with a frog. Not a big one, but it's a fish. And it's on the frog, something besides the chatterbait. Both hooks, got him both of them. Nice catch. There we go, little one. But finally, if something besides the chatterbait worked, it's beginning to wonder. All right, we'll stick with the frog for a while. Got one, never know. About 6 inches short there, foot short. There we go. Maybe it wasn't short after all. There's a small one though. There we go. Yeah, hang on, hang on. Ah! Don't move. There we go. Well, the frog will take another. The frog seems to be taking the small ones. Maybe that's because the small ones are up here next to the bank. Foot short on that cast. Well, guess not. Felt like it was short, but it wasn't. There's a little bit bigger one on a frog. There we go. Better than the last couple that came off the frog. got him two of them right in the top, wherever you want them. Okay, hold still, it's coming out. Now where'd it go now? Popped them both out. There we go. All right. I'll turn my frog inside out there. There we got him. Back in the shade. Not a real biggie. Hey, we'll keep taking them, right? There we go. Turn my frog around again. There we go. Back out of the hole. Guys, today has made little sense at all. Little one. Well guys, it's been an interesting run today. Nothing went the way you thought it should have. Started out this morning, throwing a frog, actually different color. I ended up switching to the black frog later. Early morning, should have been the perfect time, covered the moss banks, not a thing. I couldn't get a rise on a frog for anything. So I gave up on that. Went with the rubber crawdad, tried that on the soft plastics, didn't have much success with that. No success with that, I should say. Never got a rise, never got a hit. Went with my worm that I've used in the past, went with the green, didn't do me any good there either, not a thing. Covered all that early in the morning when I had good topwater time. Sorry about the helicopter. Tried a jig swim bait, tried a buzz bait on the surface, nothing worked. Then I decided to throw a chatterbait. I thought, let's throw something with some shine to it. Got a blue-black chatterbait with a swim blade on the back, and all of a sudden we took off. Took a few fish, got 2, 3, something like that, I guess. And that worked pretty well. Worked down to an area where I thought it was going to get too weedy. I thought, well, let's go back to the frog. Even though by now it's mid-morning and the sun's up, it's getting hot, no way should a frog work. But I'm in a spot where, you know, the moss banks and it looked decent, so I thought I'd give it a try. All of a sudden, the frog works. It shouldn't. It's the wrong time of day. Sun was shining. Agreed, they're underneath the moss bank, so that helps. They're in the shade, but still, they wouldn't do anything early in the morning, and all of a sudden when the sun's up, here they come. So I guess it's one of those days that just proves about the time you think you got it all figured out, you don't have it all figured out. So you just keep throwing stuff, you just keep trying. It is summer, it is hot, it is in the 90s. You know, everybody says, oh, it's the dog days. You know, I buy that to a point. To me, dog days means, to me, it's midsummer. There's a whole lot of competition out there for food. So the lure presentation you've got has to compete with everything else they got out there. Also, I don't think they're feeding it all the times. They're kind of picky. You just got to be at the right time, right place. They're still eating though. They've got to. So to me, dog days are a little tougher. You've just got to change what you're doing a little bit. Today was an example. Nothing made sense. Whatever happened today didn't make any sense, but I still caught fish. You just keep trying. You just keep trying something different. And eventually, you'll come up with what you need. So, thanks for staying with me. Subscribe to our channel. Like us on Facebook if you would. I hope to see you again real soon.